Hey everyone, I am going to do an all about me video because I have noticed we have had a lot of subscribers in the last months. So welcome every new subscriber, and we are happy you are taking along with us. And thank you for joining us. We are so excited to get new subscribers. So I figured since there's a lot of new people that don't know a lot about me or my husband or the kids, I am going to do an all about me video. Now this is going to probably be in two parts. The first one is just going to be about me. And then the second one will be about how the hubby and I met and the kids. Or I'll talk a little bit about them and of course little Miss Lois Lane. Alright? I'll just start. I'll start with introductions. I'm Stephanie. I am the mom. My husband is Aurelian, also known as Oreo, because a lot of people can't pronounce his name because he is French. More on that later. And our two boys, Henry, the oldest, and Casey, the youngest. They are 13 months apart, and yes, it is a lot of work, and it still is. It was really hard when they were just babies and just toddlers, but you know what, it was worth it. And then of course our fur kid, Miss Lois Lane. She is around here somewhere, probably sleeping. She has her spots in the front, by the front door on the storage benches areas there. And she also sleeps on my bed on my side, of course. Yeah, so she is probably having her morning snooze. So I'm just gonna start with where we're from. We are from Amherstburg, Ontario. I grew up here. I love Amherstburg. Amherstburg is such a good place, awesome place, family orientated place to raise your kids. And I'm so happy I get to raise my kids. I grew up here. My parents live 5 minutes down the road. They're close by. They still live in the house that I grew up in. And fun fact is that house that they live in is also the house my dad grew up in. My dad grew up there, but back then it was a 2-story house. So the upstairs was just, destroyed. It, beyond repair. You had to knock it down. So that's what they did. They knocked it down and just made it like one level. There is a basement. It's more like a fruit cellar. You only go down there for laundry, or as I like to call it, the dungeon, because it's creepy down there. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just say if you didn't have to do laundry and needed clean clothes, you wouldn't go down there. So my grandma, my dad's mom, lived with us because that was kind of the agreement when my mom and dad moved in when they were newlyweds, is that she would be able to live there too. So she had her own little apartment. So when they did the first one, they made up like a little apartment for her, and she had a small kitchen big enough for stove, fridge and sink cupboards, and she even had like a small dining room table, one of those that on the side it would flap down or up if you want to make it bigger or smaller. And she had like a little living room area for her TV and couch and a bedroom and a bathroom. It was just like a little apartment, and it was perfect for her. And that was one of my favorite things growing up. I grew up with my grandma, and that's why I was so close to her. Now I think it was my sisters who started to call her, we call her Gongo when we were kids because we couldn't pronounce her name. It was probably my sisters who couldn't pronounce the name because they would have been talking before, before I could have. Because I have 2 older sisters, and we're 6 years different, so they would have been talking. So they would have called her Gongo first, and I just followed. It's like, okay, I call her Gongo too. But of course, when we were teenagers, I think we called her Grandma. So yeah, and it was just fun. Like I would always go over there. I would always, like, there wasn't a day I would always be at her place. And every Christmas morning, she was the first person I would say Merry Christmas to, because everybody else would be sleeping, and we were like the first two people up. Yeah, and I would always be over there every time she baked. I would always help her. That's why I love to bake, and that's probably also the reason why I really love apricot jam, because we used to have an apricot tree, and we had a pear tree too. They both have died, unfortunately, but I can remember going out there and helping my grandma pick apricots off the tree and helping her to make the apricot jam. So that's probably why it's my favorite jam. Yeah, and I love having these memories of her. I remember going over there every night, 7 o'clock, watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. But, man, she was quick. She knew her puzzles and her questions. She was smart. She would beat me every time. I know. Oh, I know. But it was just fun. She would get every puzzle and every question on Jeopardy she would know. And it's like I would sit there and like, how did you know that? How'd you answer that so fast? Every time if I ever catch one of those on TV, I think of that, yeah. She really should have been on Wheel of Fortune. I know, if it was open to Canadian residents. I don't think it is. Mm. But yeah, I loved growing up with her. She was always there. Alright, so yeah, and a lot of memories. I went to grade school in Amherstburg. I went to the same grade school my dad went to. But back then it was, a little smaller. They added to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, everybody has a story. So I guess this is mine. Let's see, I'm just going over my notes. Yeah. So a lot of memories, Unfortunately, though, my parents, because it is a big property, I think it was around Easter time, because that's when everybody was together. I think it was Easter, anyways, or was it? Maybe not. Oh, what was it? I don't know, maybe it was either Easter, I don't know. We were together. Yeah, I think it was Easter. And they told us, that next year that they are going to be moving, because it is a big property to keep up with, and my dad is in his 70s, and it is easier for him to get around. He got one of his knees replaced last year, and he gets around a lot easier. He's able to walk without pain. But and he has like a friend who is retired who also lives in town, who comes and helps him too and likes doing that kind of stuff. But it is hard for him to keep up with. It's a big property. Like when I lived there, I would help cut the grass. I would be, Speedy Gonzales. That was me on the lawnmower. I would have it the higher speed, number 6, and I would be going zip, 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 back and forth. But I slow down around near the house and where the trees and the branches were, so I didn't get knocked off. Yeah. Yeah, but like right now it's really hard, for him to keep up. They still want to stay in Amherstburg, but they want smaller property, less maintenance, so it's understandable, it has to, happen, but it's still kind of, it sucks because I have so many memories in that house. Like if you were to walk and look at the doorway where the dining room and the hallway meet, you will see a growth chart, and I wish we can save that. I know I'm gonna have to take a picture of it, because there'll be a growth chart of myself and my sisters, and also a couple of my stuffed animals, which never grew, by the way. But it's just those kind of memories, and that I am so grateful to have, And that's why it's like, you know, you have to cherish those moments with your loved ones, right? Because you never know. So yeah, so when that does happen though, I'm going to be a hot mess. I'm going to be crying. I've already cried a couple of times. I teared up just thinking about it, you know, because it is going to be emotional. You know, like I grew up there and I still go over there, you know, it's just, you know, handy, 5 minutes away. And so like when it happens, it's going to be so weird just to like drive by. There's Miss Lois. Okay. It's going to be like, you know, weird just to drive by, not pull in the driveway. You know, it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That's not going to happen until next year, next spring. And it probably will sell fast because they have property, they have fields. So it probably won't be on the market for long. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Can you get off my notes, please, Missy Pooh? Thank you. Alright, so, yeah, I lived there till I got, married. I babysat a lot when I was a teenager, and that was like one of my first jobs. And I worked at a gym and a daycare, and it's not there anymore. They went bankrupt. They were on Dougal. They were called Kinetics, and I would work in the morning and in the evening. And when people would come and they have kids, they just drop them off daycare, and I watch them and entertain them. And I loved having that job. And I eventually got, like, you know, I worked there pretty much full time. It was part time first, but then I got full time. And then when they closed, I babysat for that family, the family that owned it. And then after that, I started working at Walmart. Yeah, I was the one that helped when Walmart decided to come to Amherstburg and they built it, but the inside had to be built, right? Because I was one of the first ones hired, and I remember that night going there. We had to go there, and it wasn't very long. But I remember going there, and I remember like it was empty. There was nothing there. You know, it was a blank slate, you know. Yeah, you just saw the cement floor, and, you know, that was pretty much it. You know, it was like just empty, and we had to wear hard hats, and we had to wear steel toe shoes, which were so uncomfortable. I got so many blisters from those stinking shoes because I, you know, had to wearing them in. And I remember like I helped build the inside of the store, you know, the shelves. I helped put the clothing racks together, you know, like that kind of stuff. The 4-ways, you name it, I did it. And those were long shifts. I would come home so, like, you know, aching all over, you know, and I worked hard. And I would say out of the people that are still there now, there's only a few that were there from the beginning. A lot of people have left, have quit. So yeah, I worked there. I worked in the shoe department. Yeah, and then later on, I got changed and I did cash. I would hop on in cash, and that was kind of a curse. Because whenever they were short someone in cash, it was like my work never got done because, oh, we need you on cash. So it was like my work didn't matter, you know, and the guy to go get stuck on cash. And yeah, so I didn't mind it once in a while, but it was just, it became an inconvenience when I was busy, you know, with stock and that, you know, so. And I worked there. I met the hubby while I was working there. Got married. I worked there the first year we were married, and then I got pregnant. And I was 7.5 months pregnant, and they weren't happy with my work performance. I was in a lot of pain. My leg would be like, it would feel like somebody set it on fire. It was burning. And my body was just telling me, you know what, you need to do something. You know, one priority is the baby. You need to, you know, do something, girl. And I did, because they weren't happy with my work performance because I wasn't moving as fast and I couldn't bend, and I was older too. You know, when I got pregnant, I wasn't a young, you know, whippersnapper. You know, I was I was, let me see, how old was I? 30, I think I was 32. 31 when I got married, yeah, 32. And 33 when I had Casey, you know, and everybody deals with pregnancies different, you know, and my body just felt like it was feeling. And it's like, you know, okay, I've had it. And, you know, they weren't happy, so I know it's about inventory, and I wasn't getting any help. Here, yeah, pregnant lady dealing with these big boxes, and I you know, and I did stuff I shouldn't have done. I lifted stuff I shouldn't have lifted, you know, and I wish I could go back and tell my you know, myself, you know, don't do that. Don't try to please them, because they don't care. They really don't. They expect you to do the work of 3 people and don't care if you drop dead, you know. So my body was telling me that, you know what, it's time, go on maternity leave, and they gave me a talking to, and I broke down, you know, hormones, and all. I went to the bathroom and cried for like 20 minutes, you know, and my shift was almost done, and it was the rat. You know how every workplace has a rat? Guess what happened? The rat got me, stabbed me in the back, and it was like, yeah, all right. And I still see her today. She still works there. She's part-time, and I smile. I'm nice. You know, you gotta forgive and forget. And I forgive, you know, I don't forget, but I forgive. And it's still nice to her. But I wouldn't go hang out with her, that's for sure. But, you know, yeah, she got me. Every workplace has a rat. You know, they try to climb up the ladder. Yeah, they suck up. That's it. They're suck ups. They don't want to do the hard work, but they'll suck up to the big man. So, yeah, and so I just went to the doctor and got a note and went on my maternity leave right away. And then my body started to feel better. You know, it was just because, like, working on those floors, they have cement floors. It's not easy. I'm on my feet all day. And plus, I was working 11 to 7. You know, I would come home and there'd be nights I wouldn't eat dinner. I would go right to bed and wake up and do it all over again. That wasn't healthy. You know, like, I am sorry, but working 11 to 7 every day, like 5 shifts straight and 1 day off, and then doing it all over, and my days off were never together. You know, and I wish if I could go back in time, I wish I could stick up for myself, you know, and tell them to shove it. You know, really, I do. You know, like, either change my hours or give me help, you know. And then when all that happened, I thought, you know what? I was always a hard worker, you know, and maybe I was a little slow because, like, you know, I was so tired and I was aching, and, you know, it's hard to concentrate and, you know, put your all in. You know, you don't feel quite up to it, and it's like, yep. So I decided to go on maternity leave, and then when I was done maternity leave, I went in and I quit, and it was the best decision I made, because then I was a stay-at-home mom with my boys, which is something I've always wanted to do. You know, I didn't miss a single thing. You know, I didn't miss, because that's when I had Casey too. Yeah, I think I was pregnant with Casey, and I didn't miss any, you know, first words or first steps, you know. And I know there are people that, you know, don't have a choice. You know, they have to go to work or drop their kids off at daycare, and, you know, and I respect them, because that is the hardest thing. That I wouldn't be able to do it. It's just, that's one of the hardest things, you know, moms have to do. But I was so glad just to be home with my boys, you know, and yeah, because those years go by fast. I mean, look, I have one in grade 5 and one in SK. They go fast. You blink and...
One grade 5,
oh, sorry, not grade 5, grade 1. Oh, thanks for catching that. Grade 1. Wow, where did grade 5 come from?
Wow.
I'm aging him. Oh, grade 1. I need to drink more coffee. Oh, boy. My brain's not awake yet. Oh. Oh gosh, yeah, grade 1 and SK, you know, you blink and it's like they're graduating. Yeah, goes by fast. So that was, you know, and I don't work now. I sell on eBay. That's what we do. We have a store, a business on eBay. So we sell, and we sell on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji. So we are resellers. That is what we do. And I enjoy it. There is nothing like the thrill of the hunt when you go thrifting. You know, I love it. Oh, love it. I love thrifting. yeah. I'll thrift Ross, and especially if I see something that I know will sell. It's like, oh, you get excited. Yeah, I love thrifting. And I love thrifting because every time you go thrifting, it's always different. You never know what you're going to find. All right, so and then I'm now going to just get into why I started YouTube. The hubby started the channel like 2015, and I was always behind the camera. You might have heard my voice in earlier videos, but I was never on camera. I had no intention of being on camera. Boy, have things changed, haven't they? Until one day it was like I decided to really step out of my comfort zone. And this is really, really, really stepping out of my comfort zone because I am like a shy person, and this is something I would never have thought I would be doing. But here I am doing it, and I am so glad I am doing it. I have met wonderful, fabulous, awesome people on here that I can honestly call friends. YouTube connects you to people all over the world. You never know who you're going to meet. I love it. And like I decided, you know, it was around our anniversary in July, that I thought, you know what, I'm gonna let's vlog every day and see where it goes, see where it takes us. And I love it. It's been like 2 months now, and I love it. I love doing hauls. I love taking guys shopping, thrifting. I love it. I don't know, there's something about it I love. And plus it's like I started it because like I used to watch certain channels for like the longest time, and then I stopped watching them because it felt like fame got to their head. Unfortunately, the bigger they got, the bigger their egos got, and it just felt like every birthday party that they had for the kids was bigger and better than last year's birthday party. And then like every Christmas was bigger and better with like bigger gifts, and it's like, oh my gosh, I had to stop watching because it felt like they were just showing off, you know. And it's like, okay, great for you, but you know what, if I had all that money, I wouldn't be doing that, you know. Like, we live a simple life, you know, and we like it. It's simple the better, you know. Like, I don't like anything fancy, you know. And it's just I had to stop watching them. I, you know, unsubscribed to a couple because it was just, you know, fame was getting to the head, especially when they found a safe on the property. And then, you know, as other channels found a safe on their property, and I was like, give me a flipping break. That is so set up. And, you know, and the reason why I liked watching those channels, because when they first started out, they were just like me, you know, living, they were, you know, I could relate to them, right? And they were just there in the family. And now it's like fame just got straight to the head, you know, and it just wasn't the same watching them. I didn't get the same happiness, you know, so I had to stop watching them. Yeah, especially when, you know, because then all these challenges came out, and then everybody, and it's like they were all doing the same thing, and it's like, oh my gosh, well, who came up with the idea, you know, who copied who, and then it was like hacker this and hacker that, and those videos drove me the most nuts. And my boys used to watch them, and it's like, it just got annoying, those kind of videos. But I understand because they're gearing their videos towards kids and teenagers, you know, younger adults, but like I just don't like them. And there is one that the boys are not allowed to watch that I don't really like, and it's a kid's channel, because the kid would always win and the parents would never win, and I didn't like that. I don't agree with that, you know, because that's not teaching him a good lesson. That's teaching him that he can always win, and that is not true. You know, sometimes you lose, but the point is that it's okay if you lose. It's how you handle the loss, you know, that matters. You know, you're gonna handle it good, or you're gonna be like a, you know, have an attitude, you know, be a crybaby, right? So, but yeah, there's one channel they're not allowed to watch because of that, and I just didn't agree with a lot of the stuff the parents had, what they were doing with the videos and what kind of videos they were coming up with. So, but I am so happy I decided to vlog every day and meet all you fabulous people. So yeah, yeah, okay, so I think I'll end the video right here because we are coming up at the 25 mark, and then I'll work on part 2, how the hubby and I met. and a little bit about the boys and about Lois too. Alright, so thanks for watching. Leave this video a thumbs up. I hope you learned something about me. It was fun. And yeah, subscribe, like, all the good stuff, share, and I will see you in the next one, part 2. Make sure you look for it.